Having 4 out of the last 6 games at home. Now they have to go on the road, face a tough Stilwell team. Should be a tough challenge.
Important for Siloam to start well.
Very important. They need to get the ball Mikey Garland's hands. He's on the bench right now. Look for him to come in quick, get some points on the board.
He's been phenomenal from three-point range lately.
6 of 8, I believe, in his last 2 ball games, the three-point line.
And we're underway with the Indians in possession. They're playing left to right in this first half. The Stilwell Indians in white. And immediately the Panthers go back into their defensive zone, trying to keep the Indians at bay. And the first foul is called on the Indians for traveling. So the game's still scoreless with just the first few seconds run off the clock. And here come the Siloam Springs Panthers. Paget goes to Sewell on that far side. It's across to Hoffman. And now back to Paget. Goes left out to Steves. To Paget. Good play by the Panthers, but as I say that, they overthrow the ball, and both sides wasting their first possession.
Good possession by Siloam. Got good ball movement, just couldn't get it in the hoop.
So the Indians, who've got plenty of height in their side, and one of them under the basket, number 21, is Brashear's, and he's certainly going to be a problem. He was off target there, and the Panthers know they may be in for a testing time underneath the basket tonight as they press forward through Sewell. And now the ball quickly round the arc. Back again to Paget, to Barnett. He sets up a short pass to Sewell. Paget again, seeing a lot of the ball in these early stages, so too is Hoffman. And then from the 3 range, it's Steves who shot, rims out, and under the basket, the Panthers miss an opportunity to gain the rebound, and the ball is out of play, but it will be the Siloam Springs Panthers who will have the inbound ball. They set themselves now quickly around the arc. The Indians closing them down very quickly, and that very nearly an interception, and the Panthers again wasting good possession. So the first minute and a half scoreless, and a surprise that. The crowd already starting to get into this game. I think they sense this could be quite an evening of boys basketball as the interception by the Panthers tips the ball out of play, and under the basket they're attacking. The Indians move it quickly back, trying to set themselves for the opening points of this game. It's number 22 who gets it for the Indians. That's Dusty Eubanks, one of 2 brothers in this Stilwell Indian side. His brother Nathan is number 20, but here are the Panthers in possession. Nick Paget threading the ball down the side, and then a ball out wide, and from 3-point range, David Steves is just wide. It's the Panthers under the basket. A foul surely called there on Nick Barnett, and the officials confirm that. So the opportunity for the Panthers to get their first points on the board.
Stilwell coming out playing excellent defense to start the game, making Siloam a little uncomfortable shooting the ball.
So Nick Barnett from the free throw line, but that is off the back of the ring, and he has his second free throw to see if he can get on the board, and misses that opportunity. So it's still 2-0 in favor of Stilwell, who now come driving forward. The tall Brashears holding up and using his elbows to good effect, I'm sure, under the basket there, as the ball, a good layup, is played in to number 25. That's Mink, and the home crowd certainly enjoyed that, because Stilwell lead 4-0. Remember earlier the Lady Panthers trailing 10-0 early on, but came back to win that game by 11. The boys won't want to allow the Stilwell side to get such a big lead. Building patiently around the edge of the zone, and then in under the basket, and again it lips out, and certainly the coaches will be anxious at these early shots not finding the target. Here come the Indians. 4-0 they lead, just under 5 minutes left of this opening period, and the ball is under the basket. I'm not sure if that's going to count. I don't think it is, because the whistle had already blown for the foul. so it remains it is counting, so that's 6-0. I think the scoreboard was as hesitant as I was over that, Ryan. And Eubanks can't add the extra point, so 6-0, and that in favour of the Indians. Paget to Barnett, can't find a way forward, goes back to Paget. Paget going round the top of the key, but then goes wide on that far side to Steeves, finds Paget again, and now it's Sewell to Barnett, and from the three-point range it's a good one there by David Steeves, and it's good to see the Panthers on the board. 6-3 they trail. Back come the Indians, and Bobby Hoffman penalised there for a foul on the tall figure of Brashear's, and again it will be possession to the Indians, but a good 3 points there from Steeves.
Yeah, David Steeves is one of those streaky shooters. When he gets on a shooting spree, he can really help the Panthers.
Are you surprised Mikey Garland's not in the game this early?
Well, as I'm looking on the sideline, I don't even see him on the bench. He must have not have made the trip.
Well, that's a setback for the Panthers, and let's see how the others rise to the occasion. They should be in for two there. They are, as Bobby Hoffman steps up with a layup, and that pulls the margin back to 1. 6-5 in favour of the Stilwell Indians, and they drive down the backcourt line. Foul called on the Panthers, and it's important, I think, not to get too far down with these personal fouls early in the game, so you have problems later on. The Indians open it out with a deep pass to the back of the zone, and out it comes again. They seem very adept at moving the ball around. Home court advantage. They look confident. They got a big crowd and a band behind them, so quite a test for the Siloam Springs Panthers. Good interception there by Daniel Sewell, but the ball goes out of play off him, and the possession is with the Indians. They take it quickly, and the Panthers holding their zone formation pretty well as the Indians move it around. They can go upstairs. They have got height there. Now they drive in and come away again, and then from three-point range the Indians hit the ring and then drop it in for 2, so that increases their lead to 3. They missed the 3 points but were quick to get the rebound. It's so important, and it's now an 8-5 game. Here come Siloam. Stephen Kirkland driving in, and Bobby Hoffman plays it wide there to Steeves, and Paget from distance can't get the basket, lips off the ring, and now on the counter it's a dunk shot by Brashear's. The young Stilwell Indian player brings the crowd to their feet because he's got a lot of height, and that dunk shot clearly a favourite of the Stilwell crowd.
If you're Siloam, that's not good. You don't want the crowd in the game early.
Siloam again missing from long range. Still settling, you feel, as from distance it's Stilwell very nearly getting the 3. That time Minor, the player who lipped the ball out for the Stilwell Indians. So anxious, awkward moments for the Panthers, and Coach Akins just pacing the line there a little anxiously, and back into the game comes Nick Barnett, and out comes the Panthers. It's the Panthers bringing the ball up through Nick Paget, and the touch from the Stilwell player gives the Panthers possession, and they'll take this from the sideline. They do so now. Paget across to Sewell, and then under the basket, a good basket too. 2 points for Nick Barnett, but the Stilwell Indians so dangerous with that quick counter, and this time into the lane goes one of the Eubanks brothers, and he gets a second chance to drop it in for 2, and that's Dusty Eubanks, number 22, and it's 12-7 to the home side, who are starting to look ominously threatening under the basket with their height.
Coach Aiken's definitely not happy with Siloam's effort on the rebounding end. They're playing pretty good defense. Just Stilwell's very quick to the ball, doing a good job getting the open shots.
And Paget takes the little pass in, and a foul that time on David Steeves. In Mikey Garland's absence, who would you think the responsibility passes to on this Siloam side?
Well, I'm going to have to go to the seniors, David Steeves and Nick Barnett, Sewell. They've got to have really big games tonight if Siloam wants to win this ball game.
And here's one of them, Steeves from the free throw line. That's good. So the deficit cut to 4, and he has another opportunity to add a point to the Panthers total. That bobbles and is out of play, and it's a 12-8 game with 1.5 minutes left of this first period. Here come the Indians with their tall players certainly dominating. A lot of movement under the basket, trying to pull the Panthers defense out of position, but to their credit they're doing a pretty good job. And now they miss the man who's under the basket, and that's the big figure of Brunk, and 14 points to 8 is the score as the first period enters the last minute. And the Panthers really need to get some more points on the board before the interval, and the foul is called, and I think the Panthers expected that basket to count, but it's ruled out by the officials. The Panthers do have possession, and it's from the back line. They take it quickly, but rather weak attempt there gives possession away. And now on a good counter, the Indians looking for the foul perhaps, but this time they get it as they drive in again. And certainly one senses the Panthers are in for a very awkward evening against this tall Stilwell side.
Well, so far it looks like Stilwell's dominating the game, obviously, but the score's only 14-8. Siloam's still in good position here. They just need to get some rebounds.
Dusty Eubanks scores with his first free throw, and a couple of substitutions made, each side sending in fresh players. Caleb Berlin in for the Panthers. So once again it's Dusty Eubanks from the free throw line, and this one bobbles out, and it's the Panthers who get the rebound and then lose it, and the unfortunate Stephen Kirkland there seemed to have the ball, then lost the ball, and then committed a foul.
Gotta hold on to that ball. Go on the ball, Tony. You gotta find your one guard, outlet it, and go on the break.
Well, it seems it doesn't matter which part of the world you play this game in, whether it's in Europe, which I know better, or over here, but getting your rebounds is such a fundamental skill.
Rebounding is so big in a ball game. It could change the game, as in we're seeing right now. Obviously Stilwell with the lead. It can really change the face of the ball game.
Morrison with his second free throw, and that's good as well. So the Stilwell Indians have stretched their lead to 9. They lead 17-8 with 40 seconds left in this opening period. Important the Panthers don't lose contact so early in the game, and they move the ball around, but can't find the openings. Tony Gage trying to make the hole. He finds Steeves, whose attempt at 3 rims out, and some good hustling there by the Panthers, but you feel that this is a night when they've got to make a high percentage of their attempts at baskets, and so far they're probably not in their best shooting form. They have possession. It's Hoffman back to Steeves, and then all the way back as two Panthers get in each other's way. Gage it is who picks out Berlin, but his shot is wide, and now the Indians, as they have done so often tonight, come on the quick counter, and the ball is high, and this time it's claimed by the Panthers. That is the end of the first period, and it's the Indians 17, the Panthers 8, but will by the tall Stilwell Indian side. They've attacked quickly, they've put the Panthers under pressure, and with slightly better shooting, the Panthers could be in some serious difficulty. It's 17-8 in favour of the home side as the Panthers look to steal the ball, but a foul called for charging in there by the Panthers, and the ball will go to the Stilwell side. Stilwell Indians are unbeaten this season. They're 5-0, and it's perhaps easy to see why. It's a very good knockdown there by Nick Barnett. However, it's the Indians who pick up the loose ball. Moving it around, Brashear, who's got both height and accuracy. He scores again, 19-8. Panthers having now to make their shots count. Paget back in the game, and this time there's a pushing foul called on one of the Indians. And Curtis Brashear's the offender. That's his first foul. And the Panthers trying to get under the basket in the person of Paget. The low pass is deflected out of play. It will be a Panthers ball. David Steeves signalling the movement he wants. Gets it from Paget. And now it's moved around quickly, but again the whistle blows, and a series of small niggling fouls, which is really stopping the Panthers getting any momentum here.
Well, Panthers doing a good job executing their plays. They're just not shooting well right now. Look for a quick entry pass here, backside.
So here it comes, and the shot from Paget from distance, and again it rims out, and Sewell misses the layup from the rebound, and one feels the Panthers cannot afford to be too generous with those opportunities. They trail by 11, but plenty of time left in this game, and they've shown their powers of recovery earlier this season. 2 more points for the Indians make the task greater, as the Indians now lead 21-8, and the Panthers go in under the basket through Nick Barnett. 2 points takes the Panthers into double figures. They have 10, they trail by 11, and now here come the Panthers with a breakaway, and Paget penalised for carrying. The opportunity really was there. Perhaps the ball didn't come to him quite quickly enough, and he somewhat scooped it, and the official saw it. But a tough call, and it's 2 points the Panthers might have expected to get. Indians now playing clever basketball around the arc, and then some good rebounding by the Panthers, and they attack quickly, and on the move it's Paget who drops it in. Superb play from the Panthers, probably the best play of the night, and it means they've cut the lead to 9. Once again it's the Indians who come up with a rebound, as the number 23, that's Morrison, goes on a little walk under the basket, and we've got a timeout for Stilwell. So the second period is even so far, 4 points each, but the Panthers trailed by 9 at the end of the first quarter, and that's the margin still, as Nick Paget brings the ball down for the Panthers. Panthers playing right to left, wearing the Panther maroon, and somewhat telegraphing that pass. Spotted there by Morrison on the far side, and just as well for the Panthers that he deflected it out of play, or he would have had a clear run to the basket. So the Panthers perhaps taking heed not to be caught again, go down to the corner. That's where David Steeves does so much good work. Goes in and then comes out again, and Paget has time to set himself, but yet again it's the off-target shooting which is penalising the Panthers, as the Indians go for 3, don't get it. Bobby Hoffman comes up with a rebound. Quick ball forward to Paget. Paget now, who's having to try and control things, moving the ball around. Sewell going in under the basket, and there on the far side is Steeves for 3. Had time to set himself, made the basket, cuts the lead to 6, and that might just give a little momentum to the Panthers. The Indians, though, are looking ominous, especially with that tall man. Brashear's under the basket. He scores again to stretch the lead to 23-15. And Stilwell looking such a threat as the Panthers miss the three from distance and then lose the ball. And here comes Morrison, and it's Paget who gets the interception, and it will be the Indians' ball, but a very good interception there by Paget.
Yeah, nice heads-up play by Paget there. Getting back, get the block. Stilwell still has the ball. Siloam's got to play some good hard defense here, trying to force turnover.
Here are the Indians, and they get it in close, and the Panthers have to pay the penalty for letting the big man get into the lane so easily. It's 25-15. And again, the Panthers move the ball around the horn. Here's Sewell searching for an opening. Paget switches it now to Hoffman, and over to Steves on that far side. Barnett, rather. Now it's Sewell trying for three. It lips out, and the Panthers might get the rebound, but it comes off the number 44, Bobby Hoffman. And a little bit of frustration there, I sense, from the Panthers, seeing the ball and having a 2-1 advantage, but not able to come up with a rebound.
Yeah, the Panthers did a good job. That they had three guys on the board, just couldn't get the rebound. Tough foul there. And Siloam's just getting dominated inside right now. May want to switch to a zone.
So here's one of the Eubanks brothers from the free throw line. It's Dusty Eubanks. He slots that one home, and 26-15 is the lead enjoyed by the Stilwell Indians over the Siloam Springs Panthers. Eubanks makes it a second, and it's now 27-15, and the Panthers are certainly in a match tonight. Paget, Barnett and Kirkland all moving it round, but then again it's turned over, and here come the Indians, and it's the big Brashears in, and that's probably the biggest cheer of the evening. Brashears, so tall, so big, and with the Panthers trailing 29-15, we'll be back with more Panther basketball on TV4 in just a moment.
Where can you find new quality furniture in Siloam Springs? What kind of...
The deficit now 12 as Stilwell lead 29-17, and trying for three are Stilwell as the tall men again put pressure on the Siloam Springs defense, and seemingly getting the foul every time they rise, and it must make defending terribly difficult.
Well, Stilwell has not shown they can shoot the outside shot yet. They're getting all their points inside. Siloam needs to sag more inside, make them shoot outside till they make a couple of shots. Maybe they can shut down the inside post.
So Eubanks is good with his first throw, and now sets himself for his second, and scores again. So he's got a pretty good record from the free throw line. It's 31-17, and the Panthers now, in the person of Steves, trying to get forward down the left, but they lose possession. The ball out of play, and the officials rule it's in favor of Stilwell. Looked a debatable call, but the boys quickly get on with it now as the Stilwell Indians, and they set Eubanks from the edge of the circle, and that's a good 3 points again by Eubanks, who's certainly the guy with the best shooting record this evening. Panthers looking to go in under the basket, and it's going to be a foul against Stilwell.
Steve's taking the ball very well to the hole. That's the second time he went up, got fouled, made the basket, but they called it on the floor again. So he'll go a line for 1-and-1.
At the line, number 22,
David Steves then sets himself for the free throw and slots the basket for 1 point. Steves again. Can he make it 2 out of 2? He does. And it's 34-19 in favour of Stilwell. Panthers still not out of this as the Indians rather charitably take their eye off it, and the Panthers perhaps make rather a meal of gaining that turnover. In fact, it's a jump ball when perhaps it should have been the Panthers' ball.
Got to take advantage of those balls laying right out there. You could have scooped it up and went in for 2.
And foul called on David Gage that time, and that's an unfortunate place to be committing fouls when the opponent is nowhere near the basket. But certainly no lack of commitment by the Panthers, but you really sense they have their work cut out here. And this time it's number 25, Mink, who gets the first free throw, slots that one in. And certainly the Indians have been pretty good from this range. They get another one, and the Panthers are going to get punished if they are conceding too many of those free throws. Here come the Panthers. Quick counter. And the ball into Sewell, who drops it in for 2. And that time it does count, and the foul is conceded by the Indians. So Sewell is going to shoot for another point, having dropped those 2. 36-21 to Stilwell. Sewell at the free throw line. Concentrates in spite of the noise. The crowd noise doesn't help, and there's an important rebound for Barnett, and that counts 2. So the margin cut to 13, and the interception is by Paget going in for the layup. He makes it good, and good play by the Panthers, who suddenly scored 6 points without reply. But here come the Indians back again, still not thrown out of their rhythm and stride, it seems, as the Eubanks brothers combine, and the ball played in under the basket. Still it's Stilwell picking up the loose ball, and there's the layup by Minor, and that's going to be 2 more points as the clock shows 1:15 left of this first half. Long pass forward, and there under the basket, Nick Barnett, he makes it 2. And suddenly you sense the tempo of the game has certainly risen in the last 2 minutes, and it's the Panthers who are certainly showing a lot more momentum and a lot more attitude in this period of the game.
Well, maybe that's what Siloam needs to do, speed the game up, make Stilwell make passes they don't want to make. Stilwell kind of going away from their inside game, and that's why Siloam's making this good little comeback.
So just under a minute left in this first half. The Siloam Springs Panthers trail by 11, and David Gage bringing the ball down the court. Goes left first to Steves, and then back to Gage, and under the basket is Paget, who's got nowhere to go, and runs into a whole heap of Indians. It'll be Nick Paget at the free throw line. Panthers trailing by 11 as Paget's throw is not good. It's caught off the rebound by the Indians, and the clock ticking down. 34 seconds left in the first half. Stilwell probably trying to make sure the Panthers don't get another possession, but careless play by the home side knocks the ball out of play for Panthers possession with 26 seconds left. Ryan, it'd be nice if the Panthers could get something to go in at half-time with that lead just reduced a bit more. Gage makes room round the arc, and now Paget looking for a move forward. Goes to Steves down in the corner. Steves opens it out to Gage. Gage, and a foul is this time called on the defense. It's going to be Tony Gage at the free throw line. So the deficit 11, 7 seconds left. Here's Gage, and that just lips the ring of the basket. He looks annoyed with himself, but well, even Shaq O'Neal misses the odd one from the free throw line.
That's true, he does miss quite a bit from there.
Unfortunately, Gage has missed his second, and it gives possession back to the Indians with the clock running down. The shot, as the whistle goes, is from Mink, and there goes the half-time buzzer. The Stilwell Indians 38, the Siloam Springs Panthers 27. Quick 1, Siloam Springs Panthers 27, and we thought it was going to be tough for the Panthers, Ryan, and so it's proving.
Well, Siloam is just not shooting well tonight. Missing, obviously, the presence of Mikey Garland, who we just found out has the flu and didn't even make the trip. Barnett chipped in with 10. Steves had 9, and that's about it. Only 5 Panthers scored in the first half. Stilwell just playing great defense.
Well, there's 2 for the Panthers. Nick Barnett, who certainly had a good game tonight, on the score again with 2, and cuts the margin to 12. Stilwell, they got height. Eubanks, one of their best shooters, has certainly been in form tonight, and once again it's 3 from number 25, that's Mink, and that follows 3 from Fletcher. So the scores in this second half for the Stilwell Indians have been 3-pointers, 2 of them, and that's going to make it even tougher for the Panthers. Panthers now attacking, and the attempt at the cross-court pass strikes the foot of one of the Indians, and it will be the Panthers inbound ball. David Steves sending in the signal, throws the short pass to Nick Paget, who comes back into the center, goes wide to Daniel Sewell, back to Paget. Paget now to Steves, and Steves a little careless pass, and now it's a chance for the Indians as Mink goes in again, and really the sort of mistake the Panthers can't afford. They now trail by 17, but here they come on the counter, and it's Steves who's quickly closed down, goes to Paget, back to Steves again, and from the side angle the shot lips out, and so the Indians picking up where they left off. They had a very good first quarter. The second was much more even, but this third quarter it's been mostly Indians as they turn again. The tall Brashears causing all sorts of problems for the Panthers, and his height advantage certainly being made to count under the basket. He takes a personal foul, and well, if he picked up 2 more, Ryan, I don't think the Panthers would be too sorry to say goodnight to Mr. Brashears.
That's certainly true. They need something to go their way. Stilwell is showing pretty much flawless shooting outside very well, and obviously inside.
Here the Panthers, good cross-court move, and the ball under the basket for Hoffman, the layup. 2 points for the Panthers. That's more like it. Now they're quickly back on defense as the Indians move it around the zone and trying to make room, which they do, for 3 points from Minor. And in this second half, it's as if the Stilwell Indians have found the route to 3 points. They can't miss.
Well, they're doing a great job. Not as if Siloam's not playing defense. They're just finding the open man.
And good defense too there by the Indians, denying Bobby Hoffman as he seemed set for the layup. And well, good defense can excite the home crowd just as much as those 3-pointers, and certainly this Stilwell crowd enjoy watching their unbeaten 5-0 Stilwell Indians. They lead by 18 as the Panthers come up short again as they try and cut into this deficit. Paget to Steves, and Steves from distance can't get the 3. Squirts the ball through to Barnett. He goes to Sewell, but there's no way forward, and Sewell forced to bring the ball out again to Paget. Steves for 3 and gets them, and both sides now showing that they know the way to the 3-point score. Stilwell trying it, and he 3 for Dusty Eubanks. He's one of the Eubanks brothers, and they've certainly played their part for the home side this evening. Indians with a lead of 18, and the Panthers call a timeout. Well, Coach Akins has had his words. He can take pleasure, I would have thought, from some of the performances tonight. The seniors have stepped up with Mike Garland, as we've learned, absent through flu, and certainly I don't think they'll be using that as an excuse, but it is a factor.
It's true. Siloam just needs to get more aggressive here in this third quarter. Cut the lead down to at least 10.
Nick Paget looking for an opening down on this near side as the Panthers attack, playing left to right as you watch the Panthers in their dark maroon strip, and there's a foul on Barnett as he tries to go in down the line, and that's going to be 2 free throws to the Panthers, or is it just possession at the back line? I thought he was shooting. No, he's got possession, and it will be Panthers quickly getting it into play, and there's 2 points as the ball runs around the rim. Nick Barnett with the 2, and the lead cut to 16. Now, can they just hold Stilwell? But they find penetration, get the ball deep, and good defense by the Panthers that time. Denied the tall Indians as they went in for the layup. And it's good recovery there, but the foul is called by the official. But Nick Barnett doing well there to recover the misplaced pass by the Panthers.
Need to have more crisp passes, Tony. They've kind of lobbed them in there, expecting them to catch it. Stilwell jumping on the ball.
Stilwell playing with a lot of confidence still, but the Panthers not out of this. They're moving the ball around, trying to find the opening, and looking for the move under the basket. They certainly found Hoffman, but Hoffman was closed down, but
Tony, there's no other word. Domination.
Yes,
by
it is.
Stilwell.
And even when the Panthers get the ball in, you feel for a straightforward layup. Somehow these tall young men of Stilwell are tall enough to claw the ball out of the air. Panthers miss their shot, and now defenders. In comes Stilwell, and they get in close for the layup. And as you said earlier, they can't miss as Big Feather scores 2 points. That's 54 to 36, and the advantage for the home side grows to 18, and you really feel the Panthers need to get it down to 10 or less at the end of the period. There's 2.5 minutes to do that, so an important spell of the game coming up here for the Panthers. They're moving the ball around well. Can they deliver the basket? No. Can they get the rebound? Yes, but the shot is off target. Bobby Hoffman, who's probably dwarfed by a good 2 or 3 inches by some of these Stilwell defense players, but still battling gamely, and now has the chance to make 2 from the free throw line.
As well as defensively, Stilwell's playing. Siloam needs to make these free throws. They're not getting any other shots.
Substitution for the Indians as the new players come into the game. And certainly the Indians are not just relying on their starting lineup. They seem to have some depth on their bench. No perceptive break in their momentum as they change the personnel. Hoffman's second shot is off target, and it's a foul called this time against Nick Barnett. That's his second personal foul, so no great problems for him at this stage as the ball is taken down court. The trailing official sees an offence on the far side, which will give possession to Stilwell. And that's the third personal foul called against Bobby Hoffman. So Stilwell move it around the arc. Certainly looking sharp and playing with a lot of confidence. I guess when you're 5-0 and you're leading a game by 17 in the third quarter, it's no wonder you've got confidence. There's 1:55 left. Stilwell still in possession, still comfortable. Siloam holding their shape, holding their positions well, but no chance of the turnover in this play. And now Stilwell break, and it's number 15 who fires in the shot. And Big Feather gets his second basket in as many minutes. Siloam, a good break, and now there's a chance for Steves to score, which he does, and that's 3 points, and that's just the response that the Panthers needed. 56-40. It's an awkward deficit because you feel the game is slipping away, but who knows, a good burst before the end of the period and they could be right back in this.
So they're only down 16. Feels like they're down like 25. Another strong move. Stilwell. That was
2 more points means they're down by 18, and here come the Panthers again as Steves goes in for the layup, and that's not coming off. He gets the rebound. There's no way there for him, and he's fouled as he attempts to go in for the second layup.
So needs these free throws right here. Need to cut the lead down for the fourth quarter.
There are just 58 seconds left in this third quarter, and it's David Steves from the free throw line. And that's a good throw. 1 point. Takes Siloam to 41. They trail by 17. Steves again from the free throw line. Can't make it, but Barnett can, and can make the 2 with a rebound. A big play for the Panthers. Now he gets back on defense. The ball played in quickly, and the Indians gaining another rebound, and this time it's the Indians who will go to the line.
You got to take advantage of these situations. You got a big call. Brashear's out of the game. Stilwell still get in there getting the rebounds. I don't know what Siloam's going to do here. They got to box out better.
So the Stilwell Indians with Big Feather from the free throw line. He misses with that one, and now sets himself for his second free throw. Both sides, of course, have to wait under the new rule for the ball to hit the rim. A good rebound there by Steve, sets it up to Paget, and now Gage. Paget going round the back, tries to slip it low to Barnett, can't get the ball through, and Stilwell, through some of their bench players, have come up with some big interceptions in this third period. Time running out, just under 20 seconds left. Stilwell quite happy to keep possession and deny the Panthers another shot during this period. 10 seconds left as the Indians still push down the sides, looking for a way forward. They try for 3, they don't get it. Gage it is. The clock is about to beat him, and the period ends with the Indians 58, the Panthers 43. A lot to, and gets 2 points. So a good start to this period by the Panthers. The Indians quickly on the counter, using the long high pass to good effect, covering the court well. The tall Brashears back in the game for the Indians, and just moments before you rejoined us, an outrageous attempt at an alley-oop, which I don't think I've ever seen in a high school match before.
There's definitely a little showboat there by Stilwell. Evidently they feel they got a comfortable lead. They can do that kind of stuff.
Well, important thing is he missed, and Siloam have got the only basket of this period, and that means the deficit's cut to 13. So a very big 8 minutes for the Siloam Springs Panthers. Just one defeat coming into this game, and it's Brashears who finds the basket, and when he hangs in the air, there really doesn't seem to be anything the Panthers can do about that. They counter with some quick passing down the court. Steves to Gage, into Barnett, out to Paget, and tries for 3, but comes up empty. And here come the Indians again, with the Panthers rather slow to get back, and the basket by Stilwell is good, and certainly the home crowd beginning to sound very confident about the win over their state rivals, or rivals across the state border, I should say. 2 points there from Siloam, 63-47 6 minutes left. And it's Brashear's in. And this time, almost as an anticlimax, he does a layup when the crowd wanted a dunk.
He's definitely a big-time player. He's put up the points tonight.
Paget and Gage working the ball outside the arc, and that's 3 points for Gage. That will cut the deficit again. But Stilwell getting the ball into Brashear's, and just like shelling peas, he drops another one in there. An easy 2 points. Stretches the lead to 17. And the Panthers, try as they might, just cannot dent this Stilwell side. They do get a rebound through Paget. It's Barnett, but misses the layup, and a good chance of 2 points lost there as the Stilwell Indians break quickly. The ball laid up, and this time Minor it is who gets the 2 points. The lead now 19, the biggest it's been in this game, 69-50, and just when the Indians think they've got a turnover, the official sees the interference by the Stilwell side, and a timeout is called, and so with the welcome back to Stilwell, where the home side, the Stilwell Indians, lead their neighbors from Arkansas, the Siloam Springs Panthers, 69-50. 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in the game, and difficult to see a way back for the Panthers.
Yeah, Stilwell's just, they're very deep, and their defensive pressure is very good right now. And when you have a deep bench, you can continually put pressure on the offense. Siloam not that deep, and it's definitely shown tonight.
Panthers, they've moved the ball around well. Their passing has been pretty crisp for the main part. Perhaps some carelessness with rebounds that should have been taken, and consequently some easy baskets have been missed, but really they've found their match in a tough team tonight who've got height, they've got pace, and no little skill, as we saw when they were scoring at will from 3 points.
They've got great patience too, as they find the open shots.
Gage from open play gets 3 points, and once again you just sense the Panthers might regain momentum, but there's Fletcher in for a layup, and 2 points for the Indians. They lead by 18. Here comes Steves, and that's a good basket. Crisply lays it in for 2 points, and certainly the Panthers have given a good account of themselves, and it's been a very good game for this large Stilwell crowd, who certainly enjoyed the 3 points tucked in there by the Indians, taking them back to 74-55, and their unbeaten record looking good with just 3 minutes 45 left on the clock. Gage going wide to Kirkland, and now Hoffman resisting the basket, instead unselfishly passes to Barnett. He makes the 2 points, but it's still 17 by which the Panthers trail. Still back in their zone. One might see them come out pressing a little more shortly, but it's the tall Brashears who's an easy target for the Indians to find in the lanes, but that time, rather carelessly, he throws it out of play, and it's possession to the Panthers, and they bring it down the court. Paget finds Berlin, who's come on. Steves, and now Paget again. The ball played inside and under the basket. Barnett, who's had quite a buffeting down there, he's fouled, and it will be Barnett from the free throw line.
If you're Siloam right now, it looks pretty hopeless for him right now. Looks like Coach Jenkins is going to take a timeout here. Oh, excuse me, Stilwell. Let's go.
There are only just over 3 minutes remaining of this match. Barnett has had a good game tonight, can't make the second, and it's the Indians who come up with the rebound. And really, the Panthers need to find something pretty sensational and inspirational at this point. They've played a good game, but just tonight come up against a fine Stilwell side who are playing with a lot of confidence. And although the Panthers are now pressing strongly, can't come up with the interceptions. And of course the spaces are created for the Indians to exploit, but currently they're just content to dribble the ball around. No time clock, of course, in this basketball. And now the Indians, with a little bit of space, might drive in towards the basket. They do so through number 25, and that's Mink who gets the 2 points, stretches the lead back to 18. And now the Panthers with just over 2 minutes left. A lot of clock used up in that last possession by Stilwell. Panthers can't seem to find a way forward. And now when they try to play it quickly inside, knowing time is against them, they concede possession. And Stilwell very happy just to take a little bit more out of the clock as they pass it around. Some of the large crowd decide that the game is as good as won. They make their way as the Panthers, still on a press, trying to intercept the ball, force the turnover, playing as all sportsmen should to the last second to see if you can squeeze something out of this game. The foul eventually coming, and really, Ryan, no way back for the Panthers from here.
That's true. They just got to take this as a loss. Tough way to end the first, or going to the Christmas break with a loss. But they got a rebound. They got a long wait. They don't have a Christmas tournament this year. Long wait to play. But they will have to practice. I'm sure Coach Akins, after this loss, gonna make them do a couple wind sprints, I'm guessing.
So it's Stilwell at the free throw line. Mink gets his first point. Not his first point of the evening, his first of these two free throws. And he makes the second. And really, there hasn't been an obvious weakness in this Stilwell side. Jordan Mink there, he seems to have come up big when it's mattered. We've noted the big man, Brashear, he's been strong under the basket. But there's been good support play off the bench as well.
That's true. Siloam, as Paget shoots it, Siloam not getting that from their bench right now because they're only 2 deep right now.
And Siloam stole the ball back there, but couldn't cash in on it. Caleb Berlin going in with the shot, but all Siloam get out of that is possession from the inbound throw off the back line. And 1 minute and 8 seconds remain as Gage tries for 3, but comes up empty. And now Stilwell showing a few tricks as the ball is intercepted by Siloam, and Steves puts it in for Paget. But again, the layup is missed. The foul is awarded, but perhaps a metaphor for much of what has gone wrong with the Siloam game tonight. Without Garland, they were always going to be up against it, but too often the scoring opportunities have been neglected, and it is the Stilwell side who've been more decisive with their shooting. Nick Paget adds another point to his tally, and he has a second free throw, and that's good, which cuts the deficit to 18, 78-60, but just 50 seconds left. And Stilwell with a steady stream of people leaving now on the far side, no doubt to beat the traffic out of the car park. And a good view of the efforts of Stilwell to keep the ball in bounds on the far side. And it's going to be a foul against Gage. So here's Sundown Watie from the free throw line. A chance to get on the score sheet. But his throw lips out and the ball is loose, and Stilwell very obligingly give it away when it looked they surely must score. And now 2 points there for Nick Barnett. But with 30 seconds left, the game nearly over. Siloam, as one suspects they must, forced to foul and try to slow the game down, but with a deficit of 16, it really would be expecting the impossible to get back from here. Caleb Turner comes into the game as applause for Nick Barnett. He's had a good game tonight, but will sit out these last 23 seconds. Stilwell just put a little more salt in the wound by adding another point, and they still have another free throw. And that one is not taken, but Stilwell do get the rebound. 20 seconds left. Again, the foul is drawn. Again, Stilwell will go to the line. And, well, this is rather like your football when the quarterback kneels with the ball at the end of the game. You just feel it's going through the motions.
That's true. Stilwell just going to let this clock run out, make the free throws, increase the lead. Your Siloam right now, this has been a good test for them because this is much how their conference is play. Very tough, very physical. They're just going to have, that's exactly what they're going to have to do, get more tough and physical if they want to contend in conference.
And of course, when they come back after the Christmas break, that's when the majority of those conference games begin in earnest and some big matches coming up. 10 seconds left on the clock. And again, the foul is called, this time for traveling. That basket will not count. And it's Siloam with a quick break now. Nick Paget wide to Kirkland. And the buzzer goes, and it's a win for the Stilwell Indians, 81-65. So they remain unbeaten. They're 6-0.